Have you ever wondered what it truly means to grow old? For many, the image that surfaces is one of quiet surrender. A rocking chair, a shelf crowded with pill bottles, a slow fading of the vitality that once defined life. We see aging as a relentless decline, a journey into frailty and dependence. But what if that picture is fundamentally wrong? What if there exists a parallel reality, one lived by a quiet but powerful minority who, at 96 years old, wake up not to a chorus of aches and pains, but to a day they command with clarity, strength, and an almost defiant independence? Imagine a 96-year-old who still lives in their own home, manages their own kitchen, and whose sharpest tool is not a walking cane, but their own mind. This isn't a fantasy. These individuals exist, and they are not genetic outliers or the beneficiaries of some expensive, futuristic therapy. They are the keepers of an ancient wisdom, practitioners of a forgotten art, the art of the morning. Their secret lies not in what they add to their lives, no trendy supplements, no complex biohacking gadgets, no grueling fitness regimens, but in what they consistently do in the first quiet hour of each day. They follow 5 simple, almost deceptively mundane habits that, over a lifetime, compound into a fortress of health, building a body that resists the ravages of time in ways modern medicine is only beginning to understand. This article is a deep dive into those 5 foundational rituals. These are not shortcuts or life hacks, they are profound daily actions, grounded in human biology that anyone can begin to integrate, regardless of age or current condition. If you have ever felt your mornings becoming a slow, foggy struggle, if you found yourself reaching for a pill to do what food, light, or simple movement once did, then this exploration is for you. We will journey through each habit, uncovering the science, the stories, and the practical steps behind them. The first few are physical, anchoring the body in a state of balance. But stay with us until the very end, for the final habit is a mental and environmental one that may just be the keystone that holds all the others in place, ensuring the entire structure of a long, vibrant life remains unshakable. This is more than just a list of tips. It's a new perspective on aging itself. It's an invitation to reclaim your mornings, and in doing so, reclaim the trajectory of your health. If you believe that a stronger, more joyful later life is possible, let us know in the comments by sharing what you hope to gain from this discussion. Your journey of transformation begins with this first step of engagement. Habit number 1, the rhythm of life, the unwavering anchor of a consistent wake-up time. The first habit, the bedrock upon which all others are built, might sound so elementary that it's tempting to dismiss it. Waking up at the same time every single morning. In our modern, chaotic world, this principle feels almost quaint. We push our bedtimes for one more episode, hit the snooze button on weekdays, and try to catch up on sleep during the weekends. Yet, for the body, this inconsistency is a form of deep physiological stress. The healthiest centenarians understand, perhaps intuitively, what science has now confirmed. Our bodies are not machines to be turned on and off at will, but intricate ecosystems that thrive on rhythm. This internal rhythm is governed by what is known as the circadian clock, a master timekeeper located in a tiny region of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Think of it as the conductor of a vast and complex orchestra. Every cell, every organ, every hormonal process in your body plays an instrument in this orchestra. The conductor's job is to ensure they all play in harmony. Your digestion, your core body temperature, your immune response, your cognitive function, and your energy levels are all meticulously timed. When you wake up at 7 a.m. one day, 9:30 the next, and 6 a.m. the day after, you are essentially firing the conductor and letting the instruments play at random. The result is chaos, a state scientists sometimes call social jet lag.
This internal disarray is precisely why so many people feel perpetually foggy, irritable, and fatigued. Their bodies don't know when to release cortisol, the hormone that creates alertness in the morning, or when to begin producing melatonin, the hormone that prepares them for restful sleep. For older adults, the consequences of this arrhythmic living are particularly severe. Research has consistently shown that a stable circadian rhythm in seniors is linked to a lower risk of falls, as balance and coordination are neurologically time-stamped. It's linked to improved memory consolidation as the brain performs its cleanup duties during predictable sleep cycles. It's even linked to lower blood pressure and better glucose control, mitigating the risk of heart disease and diabetes. Consider the story of Eleanor, a 92-year-old woman who has lived alone and managed her own affairs for over 2 decades. She hasn't used an alarm clock in years. Her body simply knows to wake at 7 a.m. She describes this not as a discipline, but as a comfort. "The morning is mine," she says. "It doesn't belong to a jarring noise or a sense of panic. My day begins in peace, so my mind stays peaceful." This isn't just a feeling, it's physiology. By providing her body with a predictable start, Eleanor's system isn't wasting precious energy trying to figure out what time it is. That energy is instead available for clearer thinking, steadier movement, and a more resilient emotional state. She doesn't have to fight her body, she works with it. So, how does one reclaim this rhythm? The magic isn't in forcing a pre-dawn wake-up, it's in the consistency. Whether your ideal time is 6:30 a.m. or 8 a.m., the goal is to stick to it, within a 30-minute window, 7 days a week. The path to a consistent wake-up time often begins the night before, by establishing a winding-down ritual that signals to your body that sleep is approaching. This could be reading a book, listening to calm music, or gentle stretching, while avoiding the blue light from screens which actively suppresses melatonin production. Starting tomorrow, you can begin to reset your internal conductor, not through force, but through gentle, unwavering consistency. That was the first secret, a foundational principle for a life of sustained vitality. If you find this information about establishing a consistent circadian rhythm useful and see how it could be a game changer for your daily energy, please comment with the number 1 below to let us know you're ready to build this foundation. Habit number 2, the gentle awakening, the power of quiet, intentional movement. Once the body has awakened at its scheduled time, the next habit practiced by these resilient elders is one of profound gentleness. Before the coffee is brewed, before the news is turned on, before the day's obligations begin to clamor for attention, they dedicate 5 to 10 minutes to quiet, intentional movement. This is not a workout. It is not exercise in the conventional sense. There is no heavy lifting, no straining, no push for performance. It is instead an awakening, a soft, mindful conversation with a body that has been at rest for hours. In our culture of high-intensity interval training and no-pain, no-gain fitness, this concept can seem counterintuitive. But think of your body, especially as it ages, like a classic car stored in a garage on a cold winter morning. You wouldn't jump in, slam the gas pedal to the floor, and screech out onto the street. You would turn the key, let the engine idle, allow the oil to circulate and warm up, and listen for its hum. This gentle morning movement does exactly that for your musculoskeletal and nervous systems. During sleep, muscles can tighten, and the synovial fluid that lubricates our joints can become thick and viscous. The first steps of the day can feel stiff, unstable, or even painful. This slow, deliberate movement serves several critical functions. Firstly, it warms and thins the synovial fluid, allowing joints to glide smoothly rather than grind against each other. This is crucial for preventing the wear and tear that leads to arthritis pain. Secondly, it gently stimulates circulation, delivering oxygen-rich blood to the muscles, tissues, and, importantly, the brain, helping to lift the morning fog more effectively than any stimulant. Thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, it activates the body's proprioceptive system, the intricate network of sensors in our muscles and joints that tells the brain where our body is in space. By mindfully performing simple movements like ankle rolls or shoulder circles, you are calibrating this system for the day, dramatically enhancing your balance and reducing the risk of a catastrophic fall. I once knew a man named Harold who lived to be 94. Every morning, without fail, he would stand by his kitchen counter and perform a simple 5-minute routine. He would slowly roll his ankles, then his wrists. He would gently turn his head from side to side. He would raise his arms overhead and then do a few slow shoulder circles. He finished with a short, deliberate walk back and forth through his hallway. He called it shaking the rust off. He insisted this tiny ritual was the reason he felt confident on his feet, why he could still garden in his backyard, and why he felt less tired at the end of the day. The movement told his nervous system, "I am safe, I am stable, I am ready."
The key to this practice is the absence of distraction. This is a sacred time between you and your body. Doing it before looking at a phone or turning on a television allows you to be fully present. You can pay attention to the subtle signals, a little tightness in your left hip, a feeling of openness in your chest. Some prefer to move in silence, others to the sound of soft music. Some coordinate their movements with their breath, inhaling as they expand and exhaling as they contract. There is no wrong way, as long as the intention is one of gentle awakening, not forceful exertion. Have you ever noticed that stiffness in the morning and wished for a way to ease into your day with more grace? This gentle approach is a powerful antidote to a rushed, disconnected world. If you agree, comment with the number 2 below, and perhaps share one small, gentle movement you could try tomorrow morning. We love hearing your ideas and experiences, as they enrich our entire community. Habit 3. The internal elixir, the simple ritual of warm water with lemon. After gently awakening the body's frame, the third habit turns its attention inward, to the vast and vital ecosystem of the digestive system. It is a ritual of such profound simplicity that is often overlooked in the quest for health solutions, yet it has kept more seniors feeling light, energetic, and free from medication than countless expensive supplements. The habit is this: drinking a glass of warm water, often with a squeeze of fresh lemon, first thing in the morning, before any food or coffee touches your lips. To understand its power, we must first understand what happens in the body overnight. While you sleep, your digestive system is not entirely dormant. Your liver, the body's primary organ of detoxification, is hard at work processing the metabolic waste and environmental toxins accumulated throughout the previous day. Upon waking, the body is in a state of mild dehydration. The digestive tract itself, a long muscular tube, can be constricted and sluggish. Drinking a glass of cold water first thing can be a shock to the system, causing the muscles of the gut to tense up. Warm water, however, has the opposite effect. It is a gentle, soothing balm that relaxes the gastrointestinal tract, encouraging peristalsis, the wave-like muscular contractions that move waste through the intestines. This simple act of hydration and relaxation is one of the most effective and natural ways to promote regular, healthy bowel movements. This brings us to a topic often considered taboo, but is a cornerstone of health in older adults: constipation. It is not a minor inconvenience. Chronic constipation can lead to a host of problems, including fatigue, bloating, poor mood, skin issues, and a reabsorption of toxins that the body was trying to eliminate. It's a gateway to dependence on laxatives and other medications that often create more problems than they solve. The addition of lemon provides a subtle but significant boost. While lemon juice is acidic, it has an alkalizing effect on the body once metabolized. More importantly, the gentle acidity can help stimulate the liver to produce bile, an essential fluid for digesting fats and carrying away waste. It also gives your system a small natural dose of vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that supports the immune system. For many older adults, the production of stomach acid naturally declines with age, leading to issues like GERD, gas, and poor nutrient absorption. The gentle acidity of lemon water can provide a slight nudge to this process, preparing the stomach for the first meal of the day.
Let me tell you about Grace, an 87-year-old woman who had battled irregular digestion and painful bloating for the better part of a decade. Doctors had put her on various medications and restrictive diets, but nothing provided consistent relief. Her daughter, having heard of this simple remedy, skeptically suggested she try a glass of warm lemon water each morning. Within a single week, Grace noticed a change. The puffiness in her face and ankles began to subside. Her appetite, long suppressed by a feeling of constant fullness, returned. For the first time in years, she experienced easy, regular bowel movements. This small change didn't just regulate her digestion, it gave her back a sense of comfort and control over her own body. This ritual is more than its physiological benefits. It is a moment of intentional self-care. It's a quiet declaration. Before I attend to the demands of the world, I will first attend to the needs of my body. The water need not be boiling, just warmer than room temperature. A single slice or a small squeeze of lemon is sufficient. This humble glass of warm water is not a magic potion, but a powerful, daily act of internal cleansing and hydration that lays the groundwork for a cleaner, stronger, and more efficient system, all without a single pill.
This simple ritual has transformed many lives. If you're inspired by Grace's story, or perhaps you already practice this and can attest to its benefits, comment with the number 3 to let us know. And if these insights are bringing you value, please consider supporting our channel by hitting the like button and subscribing. Your support allows us to continue creating content that empowers and inspires. Habit hashtag 4, the fuel of fortitude, the unrushed protein-centric breakfast. Our fourth pillar of morning vitality addresses one of the most common and damaging mistakes people make, especially in their later years: the nature of their first meal. The healthiest, most independent nonagenarians I have known universally reject 2 breakfast habits. They do not skip it, and they do not start their day with a rush of sugar and simple carbohydrates. Instead, they practice the art of the unhurried, protein-rich breakfast. This isn't about a grand, multi-course feast. It's about a small, deliberate meal that stabilizes blood sugar, feeds the muscles, and provides a steady current of energy to carry them through the morning. Let's first examine the typical modern breakfast: a bowl of sweetened cereal, a piece of toast with jam, a pastry, or a sugary coffee drink. While quick and easy, these foods unleash a flood of glucose into the bloodstream. The body responds by releasing a large amount of insulin to shuttle that sugar into the cells. This results in the infamous blood sugar roller coaster, a brief spike of energy followed by a hard crash an hour or 2 later, leaving you feeling foggy, irritable, and craving more sugar to get back up. For an older adult, this daily cycle is particularly draining and dangerous, contributing to insulin resistance, weight gain, and chronic inflammation. By contrast, a breakfast that includes a modest portion of clean protein, like an egg, a scoop of plain yogurt, or a handful of nuts, has a profoundly different effect. Protein digests much more slowly than carbohydrates. It blunts the glucose spike, leading to a gentle, sustained release of energy. This stable blood sugar is the key to a clear head, a stable mood, and freedom from nagging cravings throughout the day. Furthermore, protein is the building block of muscle tissue. After the age of 50, we begin to lose muscle mass in a process called sarcopenia. This loss accelerates rapidly if our diet is deficient in protein, leading to weakness, instability, and a loss of independence. Starting the day with protein is like making the first deposit into your muscular savings account, helping to preserve strength and mobility for years to come.
One man I knew, Martin, who lived independently and with a sharp wit well into his 90s, had the same simple breakfast every day: 1 slice of good cheese, half an avocado, and a spoonful of peanut butter. He said it set his mind right. It wasn't just about the food, it was about the lack of rush. He would sit at his small kitchen table, use a proper plate and silverware, and savor each bite. This no-rush component is as crucial as the macronutrients. When you eat in a state of stress, standing over the sink, scrolling through your phone, or thinking about your to-do list, your body is in fight or flight mode. In this state, blood is diverted away from the digestive system, impairing your ability to break down food and absorb its nutrients. Eating slowly and mindfully shifts your nervous system into the rest and digest state, ensuring you receive the full benefit of the food you consume. A slow, protein-rich breakfast is an act of profound self-respect. It communicates to your body, we are not in survival mode. We are nourished, we are safe, and we are grounded. This can look like a single boiled egg with a few slices of tomato, a small bowl of cottage cheese with berries, or a simple protein smoothie. The goal is not to feel stuffed, but to feel satisfied and stable. It is the fuel of fortitude, providing not a fleeting burst of energy, but the enduring strength to meet the day on your own terms. This fundamental shift from a rushed, sugary breakfast to a mindful, protein-rich one is a genuine game-changer for long-term health. If this insight on fueling your body for stability resonates with you, please comment with the number 4 below. We'd also love to hear your ideas for simple, protein-rich breakfasts in the comments. Habit 5. The solar signal, embracing 10 minutes of morning light. The 5th and final habit that forms the capstone of this morning ritual may seem the most optional, the most easily skipped. In our insulated, indoor world, it feels like a luxury, and yet, in truth, it may be the most powerful biological signal of them all. The practice is to spend just 10 minutes in the morning light every single day, no matter the weather. This is not about getting a tan, it's not about exercise, and it's not about running errands. It is about allowing natural daylight to enter your eyes and touch your skin, sending a clear and unambiguous message to your brain. The day has officially begun. This act triggers a cascade of hormonal events that govern your well-being for the next 24 hours. When the specific wavelengths of early morning light hit the photoreceptors in your retina, they send a direct signal to the circadian master clock we discussed earlier. This signal does two critical things immediately. First, it triggers a healthy release of cortisol, the hormone that promotes wakefulness and alertness. This is the body's natural, clean energy boost, far superior to the jittery stimulation of caffeine. Second, it slams the brakes on melatonin production, the sleep hormone, ensuring you don't feel groggy and drowsy through the morning. But the benefits extend far beyond the immediate moment. By receiving this strong on signal in the morning, your brain's clock is properly calibrated. It effectively sets a timer. It knows that in approximately 12 to 14 hours, it needs to begin the gradual release of melatonin to prepare you for a deep and restorative night's sleep. Many people who struggle with insomnia are in fact suffering from a light deficiency problem. Their brains never receive the clear start signal, so they never know when to initiate the wind-down process. A consistent dose of morning light is one of the most clinically proven non-pharmacological treatments for sleep disorders. Furthermore, morning light exposure stimulates the production of serotonin, a neurotransmitter intricately linked to mood, happiness, and feelings of well-being. Low serotonin levels are associated with depression, anxiety, and emotional fatigue. For seniors who may face increased social isolation or spend more time indoors, this daily dose of natural light becomes a vital tool for mental and emotional resilience. I met a woman named Carol, 85, who swore this habit was her anchor. Rain, cloud, or shine, she would take her cup of warm water out onto her small porch and sit for 10 minutes. She wouldn't read or check the weather. She would just let whatever light was available be present for her. It makes me feel like I'm in sync, she explained, like my body and the day are moving together, not fighting each other.
To practice this, you don't need to go for a long walk. Simply step outside onto a balcony, a porch, or into a backyard. If possible, do it without sunglasses, as the signal to the brain is most effective through the eyes. Even on a heavily overcast day, the ambient light, measured in lux, is exponentially more powerful than even the brightest indoor lighting. The consistency matters more than the intensity. 10 minutes every day builds a powerful, unbreakable rhythm in your body that no pill or supplement can replicate. It's a primal reminder that no matter our age or technology, our health is still profoundly connected to the great natural cycles of the earth. This profound connection to the natural world is a source of health that so many of us have forgotten. If you are committed to reclaiming this simple, powerful habit of embracing the morning light, let us know by commenting with the number 5. Your comments and engagement help us understand what content truly helps you on your path to wellness. As we draw this exploration to a close, take a moment to see these 5 habits not as a checklist, but as a beautifully interwoven tapestry. They are not isolated actions, but a synergistic ritual where each thread strengthens the others, creating a fabric of remarkable resilience. The consistent wake-up time, anchored by morning light, ensures a deep, restorative sleep. A rested body awakens more easily to the call of gentle movement. That quiet movement prepares the body for the internal cleansing of warm water, which in turn primes the digestive system for the stable fuel of a protein-rich breakfast. Together, they create a powerful, upward spiral of vitality. The core message here is not about a futile war against aging. It's about a wiser, more graceful partnership with it. It's about recognizing that the blueprint for health is not hidden in a complex medical journal, but is written into our very biology. These rituals, honoring rhythm, awakening gently, hydrating wisely, fueling for stability, and syncing with light, are our biological birthright. For generations, they were simply the way humans lived. It is only in our frantic, modern world that they have become forgotten secrets.
The power of the individuals we've spoken of, the Eleanors, Harolds, Graces, and Carols of the world, lies in their consistency. Their health is not the result of a single grand gesture, but the compounded interest of 1,000 small, wise choices made each morning. They have chosen to honor their body's innate intelligence over the fleeting promises of convenience. This path is available to every single one of us. You may not be 96, but the principles remain the same. The choice is yours, to continue a life of rushed, arrhythmic mornings that slowly erode your vitality, or to reclaim that first sacred hour of the day as an investment in a longer, stronger, and more joyful future. After all of this analysis, what is the single most important lesson you have learned for yourself today? Is there one habit that you feel could be the missing piece in your own life? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your insights and personal stories are the lifeblood of this community, and they provide motivation and encouragement for everyone on this journey. The path to a vibrant life is a long one, but it begins with the very next sunrise. If you found this deep dive valuable and it has sparked a new way of thinking about your health, please show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the notification bell. This ensures you won't miss our future content, and it helps us continue our mission to inform, inspire, and empower. Thank you for your time and attention, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.